this video, we're going to cover the title generator and the duplicate remover. So why would you want a title generator for? For starters, AI has made things much easier for us on generating content. In fact, there's many tools out there, including our very own AI Wise Mind, where you can simply input a list of titles and it will create complete SEO optimized articles for you, up to 2,000 words or more. So being able to take a list of titles of 100, 200, or even more and paste them into a tool that can automatically create all this content for you can save you hundreds of hours of work and thousands of dollars from outsourcing it to somebody else. And I'm going to show you how to do that using Kwestify and AI WiseMind. So with the title generator, you have several options. First of all, you can just ask AI to generate questions for you based upon a specific keyword. Now, you can also use people also ask for this, but many times AI comes up with different variations of keywords that people also ask may not show you. There's also an option to create informational titles. So these are titles that are not questions. I'm going to show you how that works here in a minute. And let's say you're building out a website, and on this website, you have 5 different categories that you want to put articles in. With the category-based titles, you can add all 5 of your categories into the settings, and it'll automatically generate the titles for you that you can use to create content for each of those categories. And then we have YouTube titles. So if you're working with YouTube videos and if you need ideas for titles around a specific keyword, you would use this for that. And then you have the duplicate remover tool, which we're going to be using here in a minute. So first of all, let's start off with Ask AI. We're going to tick this box, we're going to scroll down, and we're going to go ahead and fill this out. And we'll just continue using espresso machines. We're going to go ahead and untick this box. And for max results, let's go ahead and just say we'll do 200. And we'll click on create. While that's running, let's go ahead and do another campaign. This time for informational titles. And we'll create this one. And let's do another new campaign for category-based titles. Now for this one, I'm going to paste in 4 different categories I have on my website: espresso essentials, brewing techniques, bean selection, and espresso recipes. And then you want to type in your main niche here. So this could be coffee, this could be espresso, just something related to what your website's about, so AI really knows what you're wanting to create content about. So I'll just put in coffee and espresso. I'm going to untick this box. And then under max results, if I leave this on 100, it's going to give us 100 titles for each one of these keywords we're using. So we'll have about 400 different titles. We'll go ahead and leave it on that and click on create. Now it looks like AI's finished creating questions for us. Let's go look at those. And we'll scroll down. So here's our list of questions. How does an espresso machine work? What are the different types of espresso machines? So all these are questions. Now, the benefit of these questions is that you can use these to create individual articles. You can use them to create titles for YouTube videos, or you could even create an authority article. In other words, you can use one of these questions as your main article title, and then you can add these other questions throughout your content as maybe H2 headers, H3 headers, or even as a FAQ list within that article. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and select these, and we'll go ahead and select all 200, and I'm going to copy them. And if you remember previously under the people also asked, I copied some of the questions from that one too. So I'm just going to scroll down and paste these in here with them. Here you can see we have a list so far of 250 different titles. And if we jump over to our informational titles, you can see how these titles are so much different because they're not based around questions. Now you will have some maybe like this, like how to froth milk with an espresso machine, but most of them are going to be like this one, the 10 tips, the pros and cons, the most popular, how to choose, a comprehensive guide. So you're getting all these titles you can use. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go up here and select, and we'll do all 100 of these. And we're going to copy them, go back over to my spreadsheet, scroll all the way to the bottom of it. I think there was around 250, and we're going to paste these in there. So now we have a decent size list that we can use here. But what I want to do is we want to jump back And I want to show you real quick the category titles. So if you remember here for the category titles, we entered 4 different categories we have on a website. And what it did is here you can see there's 4 different tabs for those keywords. And what it's going to do is create 100, because we selected 100 results for each of these. And if you scroll down through here, you can see these are going to be a combination of both questions and informational titles that you can use. So what you could do with these to make this super easy, if you do have access to AI WiseMind, and if you have a category of espresso essentials on your website, you could simply tick this, click AI WiseMind, start your campaign, and it's automatically going to create articles for every one of these titles and post them in this category on your website. And then you would just repeat that process for the other categories. Let's jump back over and go down to the duplicate remover. So if we tick this box, let me go ahead and give it the campaign name. We're going to paste in those 350 titles. And if you scroll all the way to the top, it should tell you, click out of the box. It says you have entered 350 keywords. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you have a match threshold here. So it says the percentage of similarity to consider a title as duplicate. The higher the percentage, the more similar the titles will be. I recommend, if you want these to be as unique as possible, to either do 65 or 75%. You're going to have less titles, but they're going to be more unique. So I'm just going to do 65% and click on create. And this tool is also free, so there are no credit costs to use this. So it's only taken it a few seconds, and you can see here out of the 350, it's giving us 103 unique titles. Now remember, we also did 65%. If we bump that up to 85%, this would have been a lot higher. So what we can do now is go back in here to all of these titles, scroll down, and this here are all the ones that are unique. And if you want, you can select the first page or you can select all of them. You can then copy them, export them, or if you're using AI WiseMind, you can click this here and have a lot of unique titles to use for your campaign. And last, I want to show you the YouTube title generator. This one's very simple to use. You're just going to come in here, you're going to give your campaign a name, and then for the keywords, I'm actually going to paste in one of the products that I found in a previous video we did. And this is for the DeLonghi Espresso Machine 685. Let's say I'm making an article about this product or a video. We're going to go ahead and leave it just like that. I'm going to untick this, do max results at 100, and click on create. And we're going to give it just a minute to create these for us. It took only about a minute. You can see we have 100 titles. Now, obviously, you don't have to have 100. You can set, I think, the minimum for YouTube titles to only 10 if you don't want to have 100 different variations. But let's go in and look at a few of them. And we'll scroll down, and here you can see the ultimate review, unboxing and setting it up. Is the DeLonghi, is it worth it? Find out. How to make the perfect cup of espresso with it, comparing it, step-by-step guide. I mean, you can just go on and just take your pick out of which one of these you want to use. And you can see they all include the main keyword, which is very important when you want to try to rank these on both your article titles or on your videos. So that's all there is to using this tool. Now I am going to make one more video after this and show you how easy it is when you combine Kwestify with AI WiseMind to make a full-blown website loaded with content.